Lawson, Ms. Vicky
Here.
Hagan, Mr. Lloyd Lawson, Mayor Chambers.
Okay, phase two of the all-inclusive park. Had a call yesterday with Cannon and Canyon and with East Tennessee Development District. And Beth, do you wanna take it from here?
No, you go ahead. You and Josh.
Okay,
You might make more sense.
so, Josh, do you want it, do you want me to? Doesn't matter to me.
I don't care, we'll just, something we get together, if you want to start, we'll get.
Okay. So, trying to find, y'all have the one that has a red 89,186 at the bottom of it, the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so that's with what you see on the map, with what you see in the line items. That is what it is over budget. It's 89,000 and some change. Let's call it a $90,000. And that is, if I remember, the way that we discussed this yesterday was to have a full basketball court, 2 pickleball courts, the structured shelter, the bathrooms, 2 dog parks, the perimeter fencing, some perimeter lighting, and then all the support that goes into putting each one of those in place. So I think what we had talked about the other night was, what would the number be, right, over? And now keep in mind, the next point of action to take is for them to go ahead and put this out to bid. Right, this is their estimate based on Cannon and Cannon's estimate, based on the industry standards and their research. So it's going to be probably more on the high side than it is on the low side, because they're not going to put anything out more on the low side. So, with that said, I guess the decision here is, are we comfortable with moving forward with this, knowing that it is going to be over budget? Now, what you gonna say? Go ahead.
So, if the council will look, you'll look at one, you got one at 89,000, you got one at 127,000, right? So the one for 89,000 is for a half basketball court and an updated pavilion. So you were still with a half basketball court, and she updated the pavilion to be a wood structure.
Okay, so I stand
That's-
corrected, hang on, Josh, I stand corrected in it, so it's not 89,000, it's 127,686.
127 is the alternate, it's still, 127 is the alternate, and that gives us the full basketball court, is what that gives us. And it's still the wooden structure, Vicki.
Yes,
and-
that's on both of them.
Yeah, and basically what we talked to them about is doing a wooden structure, being an open wooden structure with the same color tin that will match our bathrooms and will match phase 1 awnings
Yes.
over there, right? So it all blends together.
So that bathroom's gonna be attached to this pavilion at the side of it?
It's gonna be on the side of it, not attached to
It
it.
is not
Okay.
attached, no.
But, go ahead.
The only difference is here in these two is just the full basketball court.
That's the only difference in the two. Between the 127 and the 89 is the full basketball court. And that's the only difference.
And it's like almost $38,000 more for a half of basketball court.
30, well, here, and I've talked to David about this, I think that, and he can explain this too. So there's 2 different ways when we talk to Mitch that we can do this. And this is how we kind of, I guess, phrase it to him. I think me, David, and Beth was on the call, is there's two different ways that we can go about bidding this. And I guess we could say this, we can have one contractor come in, give us a quote, a bid for everything. Or we could, bucket it out, like we can find somebody that is very good at building, and they can build the bathrooms and, let's say, the pavilion, and they could give us just a bid on that piece. And then you have somebody that specializes maybe in like basketball and pickleball courts, and they could bid on that piece of work, right?
So you're saying we'll be like, doing the subcontracting on it?
We can do some of it. We still have to use, they have to bid on it, but we can recommend and choose those, I guess, sub bidders, right? They still have to go through the process with Mitch and the state to bid, but then we get to select, hey, do we want to use a contractor to or a foreman and to oversee it all, or do we want to go a different route and let them do this portion and this other company do this portion because it's cheaper for us that way?
Well, that would be three foremans, basically. It would
Well,
be
yeah.
three general contractors in three different specialty areas
Right.
versus one that would do the entire thing.
Yeah.
So it does give options, and it gives some specialty options as opposed to having just one GC is gonna sub it out anyway and is gonna get their cut.
Do you think we can save money that way?
Don't know, not until we get there. But, I mean, in theory, yes, but
Normally, like you say, in theory, normally you can.
Yeah.
I think you can, and I think he thinks that too, but at the end of the day, that's a decision of how we wanna go when we get there here in a few. But what he said, in order to move forward, we at least have to set money aside to cover some of this cost, even though we don't use it. And I asked him about somebody coming during the process, if somebody comes and said, hey, we'd like to donate this portion to help you all out. He said that's okay, we just have to do a spec change and they can do that.
Okay.
I have a question on the basketball court. Okay, so going from a half to a whole, okay? Then when you look at the half court concrete, it's 28.8. When you look at the full court, and it's 28.8. Didn't it will cost more for more concrete there? And same thing for the striping and the aggregate base. The three items right there are the same. So they did not change from a half court to a whole court on those three items there.
Yeah, and I think she put it all in the alternate, because she moved it all into the alternate yellow section. That's where she moved it to.
So that's why it's more there.
That's why it's a lot
Okay,
more,
I
yeah.
understand.
She moved it all up there into the alternate
is that
section.
35,000?
Yes, she moved it all up there. So that's why it looks the same, but technically the alternate, that's where it's at.
Is the bathrooms a
Could
prefab?
it be?
They are a type of prefab, yes, that comes standard. It's like the ones you see at Clinton or anything else. Now, the only thing we get to pick on that area is the color side, the color we want. So it's a prefab shell, and we just tell them what roof, what rock, what siding to put on. Yes, that is correct.
That's just my question, because you've got, water and sewer, you're looking at, what, 33,000?
Right.
Plus 150,000 for the bathrooms, so that's 188,000, 180+ thousand dollars just for two bathrooms that are 17 feet 2 by 8 feet.
And here's what he told us, this is going off projections of people they know. Once we get into this bidding process and it's bidded out, anybody that fits the state, I guess what you say, requirements, they can bid on it. I mean, any local contractor here can bid on it, subcontractors can bid on it, and the way they're gonna, I guess, put it out, they'll put it out as a whole, and they'll put it out in the buckets, right? So it'll be, you can bid as a whole, if you wanna bid as a whole, or you can bid just on the building, just on the dog parks, and just on the pickle and basketball courts. So it's gonna be, I guess, presented both ways to be bid.
So where are they gonna bid to? Here or at the
Well, they'll just run
engineers,
it,
or-
they'll run it in the local paper.
No, I mean, but when the bids come in, where are they gonna go?
To Cannon and Cannon.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And to Mitch.
And to Mitch, yeah, and to Mitch, yeah. And then they'll, won't be here, it'll be Cannon, Mitch, and it'll come back to us for us to review it.
The bid opening will be here though, right?
Yes, it has to, yes.
You see my point though, I mean, y'all are more familiar with building I am, but
No, you're right, I think it's high,
$180,000 for 2 bathrooms.
but we won't know that until we get a bid back, right?
But my question on that is the spec on the bid gonna be prefab, or is it gonna be a
No,
17?
it's a prefab.
That one that I sent you that picture that one time, I don't remember if it was prefabbed or not, but
Yeah, it's a,
I
it's
know I
a,
heard her yesterday.
it's like
say-
we'll call it this, you know how a spec home is? It's a spec bathroom. Now,
Mm-hmm.
we call it prefab, we call it whatever, but it's its own already shell. And one thing we get to do is put,
Like the Clayton homes used to be back in the day.
well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but these are scattered all throughout, Alcoa, Oak Ridge, these are,
Smokies.
yeah, Smokies, they're nice. So, only thing we'll have the ability to do is select the
That's what
colors.
it
I think it's got hardy board,
Yeah.
Vicky.
Yeah.
It's got a hardy board siding.
That's what I'm
Can you
saying.
say, Lloyd?
Contractor.
That's
We
what
can,
it is.
yeah, we can. But that's what we're gonna put in the bucket, so our bucket will be
Okay.
a contractor to do the bathroom and the pavilion. They'll do that, they'll bid on that piece, right? And then we'll have a contractor, if they're willing to build on the pickleball court, they, and the basketball, they can bid on that, and then you'll have somebody else to do the dog parks, see what I'm saying? Or you can have a general contractor bid on it all, maybe they're cheaper, maybe you find one locally that's cheaper than everybody, right?
Do we have to have two bathrooms? Couldn't it be boys and girls?
No, you have to have.
It's like, I don't know if you can see this picture on my phone, it's
That's right.
2 separate bathrooms,
Yeah,
like a boys and
yeah,
a
you
girls.
have to have two.
And
it
there'll
has
be a
to
changing
handicap
station in
accessible and
both
all
of
that,
Oh,
right?
okay.
I do know, I've heard a couple of people ask, like, if they could do like adult changing stations or something, well, he's got a picture,
Yeah,
that
is nice.
for, bigger kids, so,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're
it has to be
big.
ADA anyway.
They're
so-
ADA compliant, so they're big, so
Yeah.
I mean, that shouldn't be an issue.
On the basketball courts, should we ask, or could we ask that the specs on that be asphalt or concrete? Because you may have someone, I mean, it didn't have to, a lot of them are asphalt around here anyway, correct?
For $35,000 though, that's ridiculous.
Right now, I'm thinking concrete's probably.
Well,
as much as
I
asphalt.
agree, and I don't know where they got that number
I don't
from.
either.
But when we bid this
They're
out,
bid- they're
this is
projecting
fun,
now.
this is something for us to start with. When we bid it out, we'll realize what the real price is. And going back to your question, Eric, I don't know how that fits. I don't know, I didn't even think to ask this, but I don't know how it fits into that grant and being that type of ADA. I don't know that. I don't know if it's something we can look at. And obviously, if we change that to go from concrete to asphalt, I don't think that's gonna be a big issue. Because he said we could do, I don't
That's
think
just
that's gonna be
something that
an
needs
issue.
to be a spec though to begin with, correct? I mean, if you're bidding out, it needs to be just,
Well, I can tell you the pricing of both of those is pretty much the same.
but our options, if it's spec out either or.
Yeah, that does not, like Vicky just asked, that does not, this number does not include the 77,000. That 77,000 was
Correct.
our match,
Correct.
so.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But, I mean, if we change that up, it's still gotta have the same base layer of gravel and all, I mean, that'll all be the same, right, if we change it
I
up.
think a lot of these are over,
I do too.
and I'm thinking that once they bid it, it'll come in. We just have to make sure that under thing right over under is, like, we decide to set aside, say, okay, if we just say, even with the 89 one, say, okay, we're gonna set aside $100,000 and we'll do with what we can with that, or something.